and you're watching Savannah's Life. And in today's video, we are going to be doing an update on my life because I haven't made a video in a long time. And you know what? And I was like, you know what? It's about time. It's about time I talk to them. Because the last time we made a YouTube video, I had a heart monitor and stuff, and you probably have seen some of my videos with the heart monitor. And you probably have seen some of my videos with the heart monitor and stuff. And honestly, that's the last time I made a video. But that's the last time I made and posted a video. I made a video a couple weeks ago because I got a Shein order. So I made a video with my my outfits from Shein. And that was a couple weeks ago. So, yeah. I got my panda cookies. There's an update on my life. Panda cookies. I got these cookies that say Hello Panda Chocolate. And it's got a little panda bear playing basketball, I think. Maybe soccer ball. Yeah, basketball. Maybe volleyball. I don't know. It's a volleyball, but it looks like he's playing basketball. Oh no, volleyball. He's playing volleyball. And my dog's gonna probably try look at me as I'm eating them, and she's gonna probably try and eat them with me, but she can't because it's chocolate and she can't have chocolate. So, like I said, we're going to be doing a video, an update video on my life. So, let's see here. Where do we start? Well, I had a heart monitor, which you guys know about. I went and met up with the heart doctor. I didn't make a video about that. I ended up deleting day 7 with the heart monitor because I just didn't, it was so long ago and I didn't feel like editing it, so I just figured to delete it and not upload it at all. But I think you got enough days out of it, like you got 1 through 6, so I think that's good. But day 7 I did take the heart monitor off, so I do feel a little bit bad about that, but yeah. So I went with the heart doctor. I went with my boyfriend, and he took me to the heart doctor back in March. I think it was like March 19th or something like that. Yeah, it was something like that because we had a hotel, like we got a hotel for that weekend. We stayed at a hotel room because it was St. Patrick's Day weekend. And then the next day, or like maybe a couple days later or something like that, maybe 2 days later or a day later, we ended up having to go to my heart doctor appointment. And that was fun. Yeah. So, turns out I don't have any like murmurs or anything like that. I got tortured and everything like that for nothing. But I did find out when I had the heart monitor, I did find out I was allergic to the sticky stuff from the heart monitor patches because it burned like a mark on my skin. And I think I still have the picture, so if I do, I'm not even gonna try looking for it because that was months ago. But yeah. And then what what else happened? Well, then I work at a grocery store, which you guys know about. I'm not saying the name of the grocery store. I don't think I've ever said the name of the grocery store, because just know it's a grocery store. It's a very popular grocery store in upstate New York. That's all I'm gonna say. And you guys will probably be like, oh, it's this, oh, it's that. Oh, you work at this place. And if it's true, it's true. I'm not gonna deny it, and I'm not gonna deny it, and I'm not gonna say yes to it, and I'm not gonna say no to it. But so it's now September 2nd. So yeah, it's September 2nd, and there's a lot coming up. So stay tuned. There's definitely gonna be YouTube videos. Your girl is going on an airplane for the first time, and I'm kind of scared, but I don't really know what to do about it. So I'm gonna videotape it. And if you guys have been on an airplane and you guys have any experience, or if you guys have, like, for example, like, oh, Savannah, because I'm gonna be going from Rochester, New York, like New York State area, from Rochester, New York to Florida, like Kissimmee, Florida. Or Florida, Kissimmee, Florida. I don't know what that state is. If you live in Florida and you live in Kissimmee or Kissimmee, Florida, or whatever it's called, then let me know if I'm saying it correctly. And then maybe we can meet up. I don't know. But we're gonna be doing some stuff, like some really cool stuff, so yeah. Yeah, and so yeah, I'm gonna be going to Florida. I'm gonna be taking an airplane. I'm gonna be in Florida. My plane leaves Rochester, New York. I'm not saying like the exact town, like I'm saying Rochester, New York, because then you have an idea of what part of New York. Because everyone knows Rochester, New York, but they don't because Rochester, New York is like a big part of like New York, because I don't live like in Buffalo area, but I'm kind of close to Buffalo, if that makes any sense. I think Buffalo's like maybe 45-minute drive to an hour. But yeah. Oh, by the way, we got new couches too. So if I wanted to and I want to be relaxed, I can just do like this. But then you guys have seen the bottom of my shoes. Watch. These couches aren't the absolute greatest, so I'm gonna try and okay. I was trying to see. Sometimes it like pops open. Like my mom opened this cushion, this spot yesterday, and it reclined. And she got up and she asked me to put it down because it went way too back for her. So, whoa. Sorry about that. I don't know if I'm having an issue with my thyroid meds or if I'm having an issue with my birth control, but the last 2 weeks I've been really nauseous. And I don't know if it's because I do have 2 jobs now, so oh yeah, let's go back to that. So I keep getting sidetracked. So I went from, so I work at that grocery store, but I also work for the school district that I used to go to school for. And I'm not going to say the school district or anything like that because I don't need you guys trying to find me when I'm at work, and I don't need to expose that. But I am going but I now work. So I work at my job. So I work at the grocery store, like 2 of the 3 days a week. So this week I'm working. So I'm doing nights at the school because I didn't go this. I work in an elementary school, but I work for the school district I used to go to, and I started back in January. Right now, January. I started back in June. I started June 4th of this year, and then June 20th, I took my, so like I said, the last time you watched my videos and stuff, the last time I made videos and stuff, I made a video about me getting a driving lesson and stuff, and I had a really bad driving instructor and stuff, and I did call up on it, and I told them that I did not like his driving techniques, and I didn't like his driving, and I didn't feel comfortable with it. And they ended up reimbursing me. Like, the owner of the driving school ended up reimbursing me, and they gave me a whole new, because mine was a 90-minute driving lesson, and they gave me a whole new driving lesson and everything for free in the house. Like, I don't even care if it was like, oh no, I think it was like, I can't remember if it was like I paid for a 45-minute lesson, but they tuned it into a 90-minute lesson, or if they gave me a free 90-minute lesson or something like that. But I ended up getting that driving lesson. But as I was saying, on January 1st, I always get my J months mixed up. Like January and June, I always get mixed up for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe I'm dyslexic or something like that. I'm not really sure. But so I have to say January, February, March, April, May, June. So June 20th, this is going to be exciting news. June 20th, so a little bit after I started working for the school district, I took a road test. I took a road test my first day of work, and I failed that road test. And the driving instructor looked at me and was like, "She failed that road test, but he's like, my driving instructor." So the guy that gave me the road test, like the examiner or whatever, he called my driving instructor that night, and because my driving instructor's written books and stuff, so about like how to pass the road test and stuff. So I was really thrilled, like extremely thrilled, that I got with this driving instructor, because I told them, because there's only certain driving instructors that I absolutely like to drive with, and I absolutely I love everybody, but everyone that used to get driving lessons through, like my favorite ones, have left, so now I only have 2 favorite ones with the driving school. So I was really thrilled that this driving instructor that I had helped me, because with everyone else, like I loved everybody else. Everyone else told me how to like do the parallel parking and stuff, and I did it and stuff. I did the parallel parking, I did the K-turns and stuff, and I did the K-turn, I did the parallel parking perfectly that day of my road test, the first day I started my new job with the school district. I took the road test, and I the guy wanted to pass me so badly, but he told me that he failed me because I was way too nervous and he didn't feel comfortable passing me because I was so nervous. So if you are nervous during your road test, don't be. Pretty much like, I don't know how to describe it, but like I took 3 road tests and I failed all 3 of them. I passed the 4th try. The 4th try I passed. I would have been able to pass the 3rd time. And I was like, oh yeah. Like I was oblivious that day. Like I hung out, like the day before I hung out with my friends and stuff. And my boyfriend and stuff. And I was so oblivious. He's like, oh, good luck tomorrow. I thought he was like talking about like good luck tomorrow at school because it was going to be a really hot day and stuff. Because that week it was going to be like, I think that week it was like in the 80s or 90s. So that week it was like in the 80s and 90s because it was so hot. They ended up having to dismiss the kids early. So the school started at like, I think 8:50, almost like 9 o'clock. And they were having these kids go home like at like almost before 11. Like I think they were having these kids go home at like either 11 or 11:30. Like it was like before 12 they were gone. Because we were all starting at 12, I think. Or no, I think we were starting at 11:45. I can't remember. But it was really hot. Like it was really hot. So it was like it was like in the 80s and 90s that week, and it was so hot and it was so hot in these classrooms that it was like 100 degrees, like it felt like 100 degrees, like 110 degrees in these classrooms because the school doesn't have like ventilation or whatever they call it. Like they don't have like airflow and stuff. So I took my road test the first day I started my new job, and I failed, and I should have passed. And I think the guy calling Johnny and telling my driving instructor that I failed the road test because I was way too nervous, and my driving instructor's like, Savannah, you got this, girl. Come on, you got this. You could have made it. Even he said that he would have passed you, and he only failed you because you were so nervous. Well, I took it on the 4th, and then I did a driving lesson, and then I think a week after I did that driving lesson, like a week after I took the road test, I took a driving lesson, and then that's when my driving instructor told me that I could have I should have passed, but the only reason why that guy failed me is because I was way too nervous. And I was nervous because, think about it, it's your road test. I wasn't nervous for the first one. I was nervous for the second one. I was so nervous for the second one that I felt like I was going to throw up. That's how nervous I was. I've never been that nervous before. I felt like that's how nervous I was, is I felt like I was going to throw up. And was also nervous too, and I think I was nervous because it was my third road test. And I think I choked up too because I didn't. Honestly, I think the reason why I choked up too is because I don't think I was, like, I know everyone thought I was ready and stuff, but at that point of time, I didn't think I was absolutely ready. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, the idea of driving scares me sometimes. And I think that's why I choked up too, because I was scared. And I was scared. And I think that's why I choked up too. Because I was scared. And I think my driving instructor telling me that, I think that portion of him like saying, hey, he called me and he said that he would have passed you, but he didn't because you were so nervous and stuff. I think that was a real, like, I think that was like a confidence booster. Like, I think he was like pushing me up, like, hey, you got this. Come on, you got this. You got this, girl. Come on, climb that ladder. Like, come on, climb the ladder. Like, I think that's what he was like, I think that's what my driving instructor was trying to tell me. Is, hey, climb that ladder. Hey, climb that ladder. Get your license, girl. Get that car that you want. Get that EcoSport. Come on, girl. Go do it. Like, I think that's what he was trying to tell me. It was like, hey, you got this. You got this. Climb that ladder. Get that license. And, you know, the 20th of June, I took my road test. The day before, I hung out with my friends and stuff. And I was oblivious. Like, everyone was like, good luck tomorrow, Savannah. I was like, oh, you too. Like, not thinking anything. I was like, oh, yeah, you too. Like, because we all work, like, some of us work for the school district and stuff, too. And I think, and I was, like, not really thinking about it. Like, I was, like, oblivious. I was like, yeah, you too. Like, and then, like, if they don't work for the school district, they work outside. They work outside, like, as in, like, landscaping and stuff, too. Like, I got, like, some friends that work in landscaping and stuff, too. And they were all, like, saying, oh, good luck tomorrow, good luck tomorrow. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah, you too. Like, not, like, thinking anything because it was really hot that day. So I was, like, thinking, like, oh, you told me good luck because I'm going to be working in the heat. And I'm not used to working in the heat. No, they were all saying good luck tomorrow because I had my road test. Like, that's how oblivious I was that I had a road test. And I think that's the key to passing your road test is to not be nervous at all and to act like it's not happening. Like, I was, like, still, like, the same, like, that morning I was like, oh, yeah, I gotta get ready for work and stuff. Like, I knew I had my road test, but I, like, didn't have, like, the emotions of having the road test didn't kick in at all. And I don't, like my last driving lesson with my driving instructor, I wasn't nervous at all. I was like, all right. I was like, yeah, he's a good luck Thursday. I'm like, yeah, you too. Because I had my lesson that Tuesday, and then that Thursday I had my road test. I'm like, yeah, thank you. I'm like, I'm not really, like, nervous at all. He's like, I think you're ready. He's like, I think you're not nervous because you feel ready for it. And he's like, I think you're ready for it. I'm like, yeah, I guess so. And he's like, I hope you pass. I'm like, I hope so too. Like, and then that day happened. The road test day happened. It happened, guys. It happened. It happened. And you want to know what happened? On the road test day, I woke up, I ate, I had some water, I ate my kibbles and bits. Like I'm a guinea pig. No, I'm joking, I didn't eat kibbles and bits. I fed my dog kibbles and bits because she eats kibbles and bits. like I fed, like I got ready, took a shower, like I got ready and I got ready for the road test and stuff. I was like, oh yeah, I got my full driving lesson folder because I was that organized. I kept my stuff organized. Like I had my 5-hour, like on the papers I need, like my 5-hour certificate. I kept it in a yellow folder and it was called Savannah's road test folder, and I kept it in there because every single, I'm like, oh yeah, maybe. I was like, oh yeah, maybe 4th time's a charm. I won't need it ever. I'm like thinking in my head, I'm like, hopefully I will put this away and hopefully I don't need this ever again and stuff. So I took the road test and then I went to work and everyone's like, hey, how did you do? Huh? So when I took the road test, get this, I took the road test. I did the K-turn perfectly. I did a perfectly beautiful K-turn. Like my K-turn was beautiful. Like it was perfect and it was beautiful. Like I've never done, I just freaking whacked myself in the face with the necklace. I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but I whacked myself in the face with the necklace. But yeah, I did a perfectly beautiful K-turn. I did a perfectly, my parallel parking was beautiful and it was gorgeous. Like it was the best parallel park I've ever done. My K-turn was the one I fucked up. I'm like, I did it. Like I backed up a little bit and then I went out and then I went to go pull out. And when I pulled out to back up, when I pulled out the turn, I didn't back up enough, so I was like really close to the curb and I couldn't do it perfectly. I'm like, can I redo the K-turn again? He's like, it's too late. He's like, don't worry about doing the K-turn again, because you can't do a K-turn again on your road test. He's like, it's okay. So I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, and like my boss is like, I'm gonna say D and R both asked me how I did on the K-turn and stuff, and how I did. He's like, how was that parallel park? I'm like, beautiful. And I was like, do you think you passed? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, honestly, I don't know. I'm like, I don't think I did because I screwed up my K-turn. Like I fucked up. I'm like, I did the parallel parking perfectly, but the K-turn was the one I fucked up. I'm like, the K-turn I fucked up. I'm like, how do you fuck up a K-turn? Like, I fucked up the K-turn. I'm like, I fucked up my K-turn, so I don't think I passed. And he's like, alright. He's like, well, let me know. He's like, when do you get your results? I'm like, I'll get them like at like 6 o'clock tonight, because I was working 2:30 to 6:30. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be getting my road test results tonight when I get out of work. I'm gonna check them and stuff. And I was like, I grabbed the card out of my wallet because I have like 4 cards that say because they post online. I had 4 cards for the DMV. So I typed in the website, I think it's like you have to type in I think it's your birth date. I can't remember. I know it's your ID number, and I think it's your birth date or your last name. I think it's your birth date though. I can't remember. I know it's the ID number. And then there's something else too. Maybe it's your last name or your full name or something like that. So I typed it in. I was so nervous. I typed it in, like my hands were shaking and everything as I typed in the website. And I typed in the information I needed to. And then I hit read results. Like I hit read results, but you had to scroll down to read the results. So I was so nervous. I'm gonna call this guy Jay, because his name starts with a J, so I'm calling him Jay. So I was like, Jay, I was like, Jay, I'm scared. All right? I'm like, I'm really scared. I'm really scared. And the other guy, his name starts with a C, so I'm calling him C. I was like, Jay, I'm really scared. I'm like, Jay, I got the road test results up and everything. I'm really scared. I'm like, you're the only one here. I'm like, I figured I want you to read my road test results. So, because I'm like, I'm scared to look at them. All right. So I look at. So he looks at, like, he scrolls down and stuff. He's like, did you look? He looked at me. He's like, did you look? He's like, did you look? He looked at me in the eyes. He's like, did you look, Savannah? I'm like, no, I didn't look. He's like, did you look, Savannah? I'm like, no, I didn't look. He's like, all right. He's like, I'm taking your word up for it. And he's like, so I'm like, what? I'm like, what's the matter? I'm like, John. I'm like, Jay, what's up? What's going on? And he's like, Savannah. I'm like, did I fail? He's like, no, you passed. I'm like, then why? You literally stayed quiet for 2 minutes. 2 minutes, a whole 2 minutes. I'm like, then why didn't you tell me? He's like, I didn't. He's like, I thought you already knew. I'm like, no, I didn't look. I told you I didn't look. And he's like, well, I'm like, Jay, what's wrong? He's like, I'm just trying to read how they graded you. That's what he said. I'm like, trying to read how they graded you. I'm like, did I pass? Did I fail? I'm like, did I fail? He's like, no, you passed. I'm like, what? I passed? I was like, what? I passed? I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I passed? I'm like, oh my god, I shouldn't be swearing in a school. I shouldn't be swearing in a school. I'm in a freaking school and I'm swearing. I am so sorry. I'm like, Jay, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to swear. I'm trying. He's like, you're alright, He's like, you're alright, Savannah. It's just us. He's like, it's just us adults. He's like, there's no students, there's no teachers, there's no principals, there's no other staff. It's just us cleaners because I'm like a janitor / cleaner. I'm a cleaner for the school. I'm like, alright. He's like, yeah, it's just us. He's like, you're alright. He's like, take your time. He's like, you're alright. I'm like, what do you mean I passed? I was like, wait, what do you mean I passed? He's like, you passed. I'm like, there's no fucking way. The DMV passes me. They always fail me. Why did they pass me? He's like, I don't know. You probably did a lot better than what you did last time. He's like, you probably did a lot better than what you did last time. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I passed? He's like, yeah. I'm like, I am so happy right now. I'm like, you have no idea how happy I am. He's like, I can see. He's like, I can see that you're really happy. He's like, I can see that you're really happy right now. He's like, I can see you're really happy. He's like, I'm happy for you. Congratulations, Savannah. I'm really happy for you. Congrats. He was really happy. I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta go call my sister. And I FaceTimed Sadie. Of course, she didn't answer. I'm like, she's like, what? So I texted her. I'm like, bitch, answer. So I called her back, and she's like, what? I'm like, Sadie, I got some exciting news to tell you. She's like, you passed, didn't you? I'm like, yeah, I passed. She's like, I called her. And she's like, I'm so happy for you. You passed. Yay, my big sister passed her road test. Yay. And I was like, yeah, I passed. Yay, me, I passed. I'm like, Sadie, I passed. I'm like, I'm so excited. I'm crying. She's like, are you really? She's like, I can hear in your voice you're crying. She's like, I want to see your emotions. Because my voice was cracking because I was so excited. It was cracking because I was excited that I got my license. I'm like, yeah, Sadie, I passed. I'm like, Sadie, I passed. I'm so excited. She's like, I'm really proud of you. She's like, I'm really proud of you, Savannah. The last couple of years of you spending a lot of money on driving lessons and stuff, I am really proud of you. driving, like I think I spent $2,300 on, I could look it up. I think I spent $2,300 on driving lessons. Like I bought a bunch of 90-minute driving lessons. I bought a bunch of 45-minute driving lessons. I bought paid for 4 road tests. I paid for 2 5-hour course, and then eventually I'm gonna have to, tomorrow I think I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I gotta call, I don't know if I should, I'm gonna call my driving school because they do the defensive driving course. I'm not sure if I should wait until I get my car to drive. I'm not sure if I'm gonna wait until I get my car to I'm not sure if I'm gonna wait until I get my car to do the defensive driving course, or if I should do it like right before I do the driving one, right before I buy the car and get the car insurance. I'm not quite sure if I should wait like a month or two and then do it. I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to do it. I'm probably gonna call the driving school tomorrow, ask them. Either way, I gotta call the driving school tomorrow anyways, because I promised Sierra, because she graduated from high school, like a week later she graduated from high school, so I promised her that I would buy her a driving lesson, and I haven't. I'm bad at that. I haven't bought her a driving lesson yet. But yeah, I passed the road test. I called Sadie up. She was really happy and thrilled that I passed. And then I was over the top joyed. And then so Sadie FaceTimed me and she's like, I want to see your face and stuff. And I was like, yeah. And then I showed my Sadie, my coworker, Jay. I was like, Jay, this is Sadie. Sadie, this is Jay. I'm like, he's the one that read the road test results. And Sadie's like, thank you for reading the road test results for my sister, and thank you for, I'm like, thank you for whatever you did, pretty much. And then I go and tell C. I was like, Sadie, we gotta go. I'm like, Jay, where's C? He's like, down in his hallway. He should be. I was like, C. I was like, I'm gonna go tell C. So I'm like marching down the hallway looking for my coworker C. I was like, C, I got some news for you. He's like, what? He's like, what's up? He's like, what's up, girl? I'm like, guess what? He's like, you passed your road test. I was like, yeah, I passed. I took my road test today and I passed. And he's like, congrats and stuff. And my boss D was over the top thrilled. He was thrilled for me. He's like, congrats, Savannah. And then every so often he asked me, he's like, so have you driven yet? Are you close to getting a car yet? He's like, have you driven yet? Have you looked into getting a car? Or stuff like that. I was like, sorry. Oh my god, yeah, I've kind of looked, not really, but I've kind of looked. Music alright? Music alright, Savannah? Yeah, I've told them, I'm like, yeah, I've kind of looked here and I've kind of looked there. Music alright, Savannah? And then Sadie's like, you gotta tell Molly. You gotta tell Molly. Molly's like one of my girl best friends. She's one. Honestly, if I had to say, if I have any best friends, I would have to say Molly's like my best friend. Like my best friend. Like if I'm probably gonna make her godmother of my kids. Like Molly's gonna be my godmother. She's probably gonna be like one of my bridesmaids or my maid of honor and stuff. Like me and Molly's known each other for over, I think we've known each other for almost 10 years now. Like we've known each other since high school. We've lost touch and stuff. Like she's moved to Florida and she's lost touch with me. She's looking back. She's thinking about moving back to Florida, and I'm hoping she doesn't move back to Florida because I really don't have many friends, and I know it sounds selfish and stuff. I don't want her to move back to Florida because I don't want to lose another friend. But yeah, I don't want to lose another friend and stuff. But Molly's been there for me a lot lately. Like if I had, like we've really reconnected over the last couple months and stuff like that. And yeah. And see, it's like you gotta tell Molly because Molly's taken me out driving before, and like years ago she had an escape, so she took me out driving years ago and stuff, like down some back roads and stuff. Like she's took me out driving a handful of times before. And yeah. And when I told her, I'm like, Molly, Sadie's like, Molly, Savannah's got some news for you. She's like, you did? I'm like, yeah, I got some news for you. I'm like, so I took my road test today. She's like, you passed? I was like, yeah, I passed. She's like, I'm so happy right now. I could kiss you, Savannah. Like, that's what she said. I'm like, thank you. I'm like, I'm so happy too. Like we were all celebrating and stuff. And then I told Sadie, I'm like, Sadie, when I get home, we're going swimming. So I went home. Like when we went home, I went swimming, and then my mom and my brother pulled up in my mom's car, and I'm like, Spencer. Me and Sadie's like, Spencer, stay right here. And he's like, and she's like, tell Mom. And Sadie's like, tell Mom to stay right here too. Savannah's got news for you guys. Like, I think my mom knew I had my road test that day. Yeah, they all knew I had my road test that day. I didn't tell that many people. I told some of my friends and stuff, but I didn't really tell that many people about it and stuff. And, yeah, so, and, I'm like, Sadie, tell him. And Sadie's like, Savannah got your license. Mom's like, wait, what? Mom's like, wait, you got your license, Savannah? I was like, yeah, I passed my road test. My mom's like, congratulations, sweetie. I love you. I always knew you could do it. And I was like, yeah, thank you. And then my dad texts, and then my mom calls my dad, and my dad texts me and said, congratulations, I've always known you could do it. He wanted you to get her license before me, but I got my license before her. So now, fair is fair. If she doesn't have her license by the time I get my car, I'm probably gonna take her out driving. But I'm gonna have another driver in the car with me, too. No, maybe not. But I will take her out driving and stuff, and I will help her do parallel parking and stuff. But yeah, that's how everyone knew. Like, we all like were really excited that I passed my road test, and now I'm on. Just this past summer, I've been literally working my tushy off every single day. Pretty much, this past summer, I only gotten 1 day a week off. This week was different. I got 2 days off. I got yesterday and today off, but I was technically scheduled for yesterday at my grocery store job. But I called in because I was too exhausted and tired, and I didn't really get a lot of sleep last night, so I called in. I love this Gatorade. If you like Starburst and stuff, you have to get you have to try the white Gatorade. And one of these days, I'm gonna get every single Mountain Dew flavor, like all the new ones and stuff, like all the new ones, and even like the old ones and stuff too. And I'm gonna try every single one in a YouTube video, and I'm going to rate it, kind of like the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. And I'm going to rate them and stuff. But yeah. But yeah, I got my license a couple months ago. Now I'm just working and saving up a bunch of money. And then in a couple weeks, we're going to Florida. We literally leave. Well, I shouldn't say we. My siblings, so Sierra, Spencer, Sadie, and then Sierra, Spencer, Sadie, Aiden, and my mom and dad, and Sally are all going to be leaving September 13th, which is also Friday the 13th. So they will be leaving in 11 days. And they're leaving early and stuff, like they're gonna be getting hotels down there along the way and stuff, and then they're gonna be like gone for like 2 weeks, I think. That's why I didn't, and then I'm leaving September, so I'm leaving like 3 days after them, so they will already, we're getting an Airbnb, so they will already be at the Airbnb for the house, or for a couple hours when we get there, because I think they like get the house at like 1 or 2 or something like that, maybe 3 or 4 or something like that. And then but yeah, and then I'm leaving the 16th at 6 or something, so we're getting to the airport at, we're leaving to go to the airport like 4:30, I think. We're leaving, and then we have to go like get there an hour early. So, and it is my first airplane ride too. I've never been on an airplane before, so I'm going to vlog it. I'm going to vlog everything. I'm going to be getting a tattoo down there. I'm going to be getting souvenirs for my coworkers and my friends. I'm going to be getting some stuff for people and stuff. And that's why I went on Shein and bought all those outfits too. Because it's for the trip. But yeah. So we're doing, and I've just been working a lot this summer between the 2 jobs. And then when I get back from, right now I'm part-time. So when I get back from Florida, because right now, because of the school district and stuff, I'm part-time for a little bit. And then I go full-time when I get back from Florida. So the 23rd, I go full-time. And I'm going to be working nights and stuff. I am going to make vlogs. I'm going to try and make vlogs and upload them every single night of the trip. And from now on, I'm going to try and make vlogs and stuff. Like when I'm hanging out with friends and stuff. I'm excited about this trip. I'm really excited. But yeah, so I just wanted to let you know everything about my life. I got my road test, saving up a lot of money right now for a car. I'm getting a car, girl. You girls getting a car. We're gonna get a car. We're gonna be getting a car, and then we're gonna be going car shopping. So we're gonna I'm gonna go make a video about getting a car, looking at cars and stuff, and be like, oh, this one's cute. Oh, this one's cute. Oh, I want that one. No, I want that one. There is a certain car that I want. I want a Ford EcoSport, and my mom works for a car dealership. So I want a Ford EcoSport, and unfortunately they discontinued the cars, but the dealership that my mom works for, my mom does something at the dealership, so my mom said the dealership stopped selling the cars 2 years ago, and people only want their cars for 2 years, so they're going to be trading. So all these cars that they originally looked at years ago, I'm probably going to be being able to get again. So I'm looking into a Ford EcoSport, and there's certain things that I want. I want heated seat. It'd be nice to have a sunroof. I want Bluetooth or Apple CarPlay. But I really want a heated seat because I'm always cold. So I want heated seats. If I can't, my mom's because there's 2 right now at her work. There's a white one and there's a blue one. But and the white one is the one I really wanted because it's the same color car as hers. And it's sparkly, and it's got the back windows are tinted and stuff. And that's what I want, I want tint in the back and stuff. So, yeah. So that's what's been going on and stuff. And I hope you enjoy this video. And when I get my car, you guys are going to be coming with me so we can look at cars. The blue EcoSport is new. It's got less miles, but it only has a backup camera, which backup cameras are nice. It's got a backup camera, and that's it, pretty much. And then it's all-wheel drive. And maybe power steering. I want a car with all-wheel drive because I am a new driver and stuff. And yeah. So yeah, that's what's been going on. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you leave a like, a comment, and definitely do not forget to hit that subscribe button right here, right now, because great is the way.